Hey everyone, I'm live, and just give me a second here. Sorry for the little bit of a mess here in my office. I'm trying to reorganize it here. Um, that'll take me a little bit, but anyway, so we are going to talk about more in depth of how I know little Miss Crystal Jorgenson. Just give me a second here. Um, so back when I lived at Washington Woods, I knew Crystal. Well, I didn't really know her when I first moved there. Um, she would kind of like walk in and out basically because she wasn't living with Lance at that time yet. And here's the thing with that. So the first time I saw Crystal, she was she looked weird. She was wearing these big sunglasses that made her look like a movie star wannabe, basically. And so she she would just walk in there like she thought she was all that and everything else. And I was like, "Who is this? Really? Who is this?" And then I asked Lance one day. I said, "Okay, so Lance, who's this person that keeps walking in your room?" He's like, "Oh, that's my girlfriend, Crystal." And I sit there and I roll my eyes. I was like, "Oh, jeez." So then she moves in with Lance. Um, she, uh, her and Lance basically Um, they did argue a lot, but they got along way more than Crystal and Leslie ever did. I am going to say that. That is the complete honest truth. Um, they got along a whole lot better. Um, and it was just, I fully did not grasp the concept of how Crystal and Leslie get along. I don't get it. And the whole thing of Crystal um, cheating on Lance when she says that she hasn't ever cheated on Lance, is basically a full fledged lie. It just is. Um, it. I don't get it. Um, she says in every video, I never cheated on Lance. Well, she doesn't say it in every video, but there have been videos where she has said that. And the truth lies with Lance. Lance knows the whole truth. And one day, I am going to get Lance on here and Lance is going to say the complete honest truth. That's just the way it's going to be. I'm going to get Lance on here and you know we're going to hash everything out on Crystal. She's gonna sit there and say that me and Lance are lying about everything, and we're not. Me and Lance are good friends, and I am not afraid to say that. Um, Lance and I have always been good friends, and I mean, I don't understand why Crystal has to come out and say every Lance's name in every single one of her videos. I really do not understand that. Um, and it just seems like she has a thing for it. It really does. Why in the world would she sit there and keep saying every single time his name? And it makes you wonder, you know, it really makes you wonder. Is it that she misses being with him? That's question number one. Does it make you wonder if she regrets the way that things happened? That's question number two. Does she regret? I don't want to give too much away because I still want Lance on here to tell, for us to actually explain everything that happened. Um, because there has been proof about of a lot of things. There is a ton of proof of a bunch of things, and there is a lot of things that that really do not line up at all. Um, when it especially comes to um, um, when Crystal and Leslie started the relationship. There's a lot of things that really do not line up there. Like when they started, number one, the timeline there doesn't make sense at all. Um, because she obviously was texting Leslie on Facebook. Like I said, I'm not going to give too much away, but so said way before um, her and Lance moved out of Washington Woods. So, I mean, there's absolute complete proof of that, and I will share proof of that. Um, I mean, I think that I personally think they met while they were, while they were, when Crystal and Lance were both working together at Peckham. That's what I think. But like I said, I'm not going to give too much away here because we have a whole bunch of stuff to hash out here. Um, what I can tell you, and I do want to put this out there, and like I said in one of my YouTube shorts, I'm not here to bully people or to make fun of people. But what I can tell you is I don't understand how um, these companies, these apartment rental companies can keep renting to them. They're a fire hazard. Um, because in most of the videos that I've seen, I mean, come on now. I've seen stuff on top of their stove. Uh, you, if that's a gas stove and something happens with that gas stove, something's going to ignite, and that whole apartment complex is gone. How do you do that? I don't fully understand that. And these hotels they were staying in. How do you, I mean, yeah, they were kicked out of every single hotel, but they claimed that the reason they were kicked out was because of her and Leslie arguing. I mean, how do you allow people to stay in a hotel but not check in on the room to see the amount of stuff that they have in there? I mean, I saw a video where they had stuff literally piled up to the ceiling. How do you have that much stuff? I don't understand it. I really don't. I mean, look, I don't have anything piled all the way up to the ceiling. I mean, maybe in my closet, but that'll be gone eventually. That'll be gone. But still, how do you fathom that? I mean, if I owned a hotel and if I let people live there short term, keyword short term, and I would be literally in there checking in on that room. And if I saw that much stuff in that room, I'd be like, it's time for you to leave. Seriously, that is a health risk on so many different levels because they're not really keeping their clothes clean. I mean, how do you do that? I don't get that. And not only is it not keeping their clothes clean, but it's a um, it's a fire hazard. It can create a huge pest problem. Um, I do know for a fact that Crystal and Leslie went over to um, a so said person's house, and it's not Lance's house. It's somebody else's house, and I'm not going to mention this person's name, but they went over to so said person's house and come to find out that Crystal and Leslie had bed bugs, and they ended up giving this person bed bugs. So it becomes a big, big, big issue. And I don't get it. And with the fact of what I had mentioned on my um, YouTube short about when she was using her apartment at Washington Woods literally as a storage unit, she was paying for it as a storage unit. She had a bunch of crap then. You should have seen all the stuff she had. It was ridiculous. I couldn't even imagine all the stuff she had. I mean, it was literally piled into that room. I mean, granted, I had a problem with the amount of clothes that I had. And yeah, okay, I admit that I I have had a problem in the past with stuff, but I'm really trying to work on it, you know. But with her, and she claims that she cleans. What? Huh? She never once cleaned that room. Never, ever, ever. She just used it as a storage unit. And like, okay, so at Washington Woods, our storage units were like about yay big. They didn't fit very much. And you had like a shelf on top, um, where you could put like one of those plastic tote things or whatever they were called. And you had a spot to put like a medium sized one, not a big one, you know. But it's like, come on, what the heck, you know? And she never, she only stepped foot in that room just to get clothes and whatever. But I think, you know, I personally think that she forgot what clothes she had, to tell you the truth. I personally think she didn't even remember half the stuff she had in that room. And the day that her and Lance moved out, you know, I kept hearing her say, "Oh, I forgot I had this." Well, maybe if you would have went through that crap, you know, most of the time you live there, maybe A, you would have kept your place to live. B, you would have uh, not had a problem with hoarding. Yeah, yeah, she has a problem with hoarding. That's exactly what it is. You know, and then she goes to Walmart with Leslie and her grandfather and buys more. When does she realize that she's got too much and then starts to get rid of stuff? I mean, yeah, okay, they've made videos of getting rid of stuff, but they don't. It seems like they don't really get rid of that much. You know, it just seems like it. It's crazy. I mean, they'll go to the store and they'll just buy more and more crap, and that's the way it was at Washington Woods. She'd go to the store and she'd buy more and more crap, and I'd sit there and I'd be like, "What do you need that for? What do you need? What do you need that? What do you need that shirt for when you already have a shirt just like it?" I didn't understand it. Um, there were some days where she was nice to people, and then there were some days where she would just turn right around and be mean and nasty to people. Um, I swear she has bipolar. I swear she is bipolar. Um, there were, you know, Lance was very, very good at getting her to go to her doctor's appointments and everything else. Um, he he was very good for Crystal, but um, it seems like every 5 minutes Crystal thinks that she needs to go to the emergency room now on her videos, and it just, it's sad. She needs to get better at, she really does need to get a lot better at going back to the doctor. I don't know. She says she's not on drugs, but I think she is. I literally think she is. What in the world's going on with this? Can all of you hear me? I hope so. Anyway. Hang on a minute here. But yeah, I don't know. I literally, really, really think that just give me a minute here. I'm trying to figure out something here with my settings. Oh, I don't want to do that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty here. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I think that I really don't think that they're going to. Her and Leslie, I really don't. In my opinion, I don't think that they're going to last too much longer. But you never know. They could surprise us. So, yep, you never know. But don't know. I know that right now their relationship is toxic, and it will be toxic if they keep arguing and going down the path that they're going. So, but I'm going to get off here now. Because I got a couple things I got to do. So I will talk to you all later. And this is the Carlster signing off.